The following program is rated TV MA LSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences.
They gave me my theme music!
This is a Planet Fanatics production.
Have you seen or heard the Black Panther 3 franchise rumors for the MCU coming from Planet Fanatics? I'm not familiar with those rumors or that account. What is that account? Planet Fanatics? I've never heard of them. You should pull it up. Pretty interesting. Talking about casting, director, and Storm. A lot of that stuff I have heard as well. Rumored. What is this? Planet Fanatics. I'll look it up.
What's up and what's going on, fellow Planetechs? How are you guys doing today?
Planetics.
How are you guys doing today? Thank you guys all for being here today. I know we are late. Sorry, technical difficulties as normal, but that is to be expected sometimes with us. So, but we got it all together. So we do appreciate you guys being here with us. We got some things we have definitely got to get into. We're going to get into all of these things. We're going to talk about all these topics today. There were some things I really skipped over. I was like, we'll kind of go through them at the end. We kind of go through the Twitter feed like we normally do, but not really main topic type of things, but we're going to go through it all. So we appreciate everybody being here. JD, Gray, Andre, Bird, we appreciate you being here. God Brother, Planet Poppy, appreciate you being here. Blues House, Professor the Film Fan, appreciate all of you guys being here tonight. Q, how are you since the last time we have seen you?
Man, it's been a weekend / couple days, but I'll say this. I don't like working, but life is much better when you don't hate your job.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's working 8 fucking months overnight, 10 hours, not doing that anymore. I don't know. I just feel a lot better already. So,
Yeah.
definitely same old terms of watching dogs, NBA playoffs, Minnesota surprising a nigga.
They might take it. You think?
I don't know.
I was not expecting OKC to go out like that.
Me neither. They went out sad.
Mm-hmm.
Sad as hell.
Very sad. I was not expecting that.
I was going to say, Minnesota is just, every team has that series where, they just can't beat them niggas. And I feel like if they get to the finals and play Boston, it might look like that. But then again, Boston be selling, so I don't know.
I don't know.
Definitely interested in every team except Indiana. I'll spit that out.
Yeah, for Ant to get one would be...
That nigga's my age.
I was going to say, he is the youngest in the league, is he not?
Superstar-wise?
Yeah, superstar-wise.
Like, this
At
nigga
one
Anthony
point,
Edwards,
he was the youngest.
That nigga's my age.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy.
Hate that nigga. Should be me.
He's a personality as well.
He is.
I watched some of his interviews that he did off, not even basketball related like that.
Bro, he's a character.
Yeah.
And he doesn't bro, don't code switch.
No.
He's a nigga.
No, all the time. All the time. But when you have his money, I wouldn't
I was
code
about to
switch
say. You give a nigga money. You hate to see a nigga with money.
When you playing like he playing.
No, yeah, I definitely can't wait to see next 10, 15 years. That's crazy. He my age and shit. Just thinking about even young niggas in the league are younger than me and shit. So definitely getting to my unk status, my old head days already.
Yeah. Yeah.
What you been on? Same shit?
Yeah. Same old, Just same old. Not bad. But we're going to get into everything today. We got some topics to get into. So let's see here. Let's talk about this one first. Get this shit out the way.
This shit up.
Get this shit out the way. So we have talked about Vision Quest before. You know, we at one point it was on, then it was off. We thought, then it was on, then we thought it was off. We hadn't heard anything about it. Marvel never officially announced anything. Then boom, announcing that it is obviously still on, and they are doing this. And why they're doing this, I don't know. I couldn't tell you honestly. I really could not tell you why they are doing a Vision show. I know his kids are going to be in it.
Them not canceling Wonder Man, not doing anything with Wanda right now. I mean, I see hopefully the picture, but then again, like you said, I don't see why.
I don't know.
But
does it make sense?
maybe it's a story. They're hoping that characters, we already know these characters. We love them. They've been established. And maybe they're just hoping it's a show we like.
Well,
Bro.
let me tell you what.
I'm telling you this.
2026.
I have the same questions you do.
Yeah, 2026. That's quite a ways off, and we haven't seen Vision since 2019. I want to say 2019, 2020,
2020.
2020.
WandaVision.
2020.
Unless you count that fucking what if shit.
No, I don't. 2020 WandaVision is the last time that we saw Paul Bettany's Vision. And this is coming from Variety, and this is what they had to say today.
Before you even read, did they even elaborate on shit, or nigga just flew away?
No, we don't know anything about it. We don't know anything about it.
Nobody came out and spoke out.
We have no idea. He's on a self-discovery journey, and that is what this show is about. The show is about a self-discovery journey, him finding himself or refinding himself. It's crazy. Excuse me. That's the way to my heart, y'all. For all y'all watching, you want to ever send me anything, the way to my heart is the Harrow Barrow gummies.
Snakes.
Gummy snakes, bears. Yeah. All right. Marvel has trapped.
Somebody said you shit.
Marvel has trapped Star Trek Picard executive producer Terry, Matlis, to resurrect Vision, the synthezoid, played by Paul Bettany, for a new untitled Disney Plus series set in 2026. Variety has learned exclusively Bettany will return to the role as my headphones. Bettany will return to the role, and Matt Latlis?
Metalis.
All right, we'll go with that one. That sounds closer.
Metalis.
Metalis will serve as showrunners.
Every time we do this shit, it's
Yeah,
we don't pick.
y'all think Josh is terrible with names? He can't say fanatics. For those of you that have been here, you know I'm terrible.
Nigga be reading me like, I'm not even going to try that one.
Terrible with
Couldn't
fucking
imagine
names.
this thing as a substitute teacher.
But let's see. This is, I guess, the synopsis. After Vision died at the hands of Thanos in 2018's Avengers: Infinity War, he returned twice over in 2021's WandaVision. First as a spectral creation by his beloved Wanda Maximoff, Elizabeth Olsen, through magic powered by grief. Then as a rebuilt nuts and bolts android with the ghost white appearance and zero memory of his past life. When the two Visions battled in the WandaVision season finale, Wanda's vision restored the ghost Vision's memories. Then Wanda allowed her vision to fade from existence. The new show will take place after those events. So we're going way back. After those events, as Ghost Vision presumably explores his new purpose in life. So as I said before I read that was pretty much the synopsis of it. I don't know why we had to retrack all that, but it's just going to be him exploring his new life, and in that new life, it's going to be kind of like the when he had the family. He's going to have his family. He's presumably, this is what we've heard in rumors. He's going to have the family and everything like that. The son, the daughter. I know the daughter's name is Viz. I forget the son's name. But going to have them in it while he's trying to rediscover his life. Again, I don't know why Vision Quest is happening. 2026 is quite a ways off. So, I don't know. We'll see. it's. I mean, I we'll see. I don't really have a reaction for it. It's for me. It's just one of those things where I'm just like, we'll see. I guess.
Let's start with this.
Yeah, that's why I said let's get this shit out of the way. But this is some things we do know about it. I can say these are from the scoopers out there online. In Vision Quest, there will be several members of the Young Avengers. Now, take all this, of course, as I always say, with a massive grain of salt. Now, this shit is from Marvel Studios. These are from those scoopers. So the scooper says, and I think this was like Rejected Scooper and corroborated by Kiki Cast and them, saying that in Vision Quest there will be several members of the Young Avengers, and we've talked about that before. When we've talked about the Young Avengers and talked about Vision Quest, about all these shows crossing over. At one point, Young Avengers was going to be a TV show, I guess now a movie, I guess, so that is going to possibly bleed into the Young Avengers. I don't really know. I'm just trying to help make sense of some shit. Bleed into the Young Avengers. Yeah, I don't know. I say scrap all that shit and just do Children's Crusade. Because that's the only way the Young Avengers are interesting, in my opinion. And then, as far as White Vision's journey goes, we could give a shit.
I don't know. I think their biggest mistake was introducing the Young Avengers all separately, trying to give them all their own individual show and showcase. They should have just put them all together, introduced the team, whoever fans received the best. Then you dive deeper into whoever they don't receive the best. You improve the writing of. I don't know, standard. Fuck. I'm not even in the scene. That's just how I would do shit. I mean, you gotta look back and. I mean, yeah, some of these characters were existing already. Don't get me wrong and everything, but it's not like you said. None of them were really interesting until we got together with Children's Crusade, and then it's like, I don't think too many people are reading Kate Bishop stories unless she's with the Young Avengers or Miss Marvel. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like just that team impact that, you know, like after we got done watching X-Men 97, it's like whenever we watched a Phase 4 movie, we said we're missing what? The team element, the impact of having all the characters bond together. So it's like just that team impact in superhero films and stuff like that means a lot, at least in my opinion.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't wish we didn't have to wait till, if we're not getting fucking the Vision Quest till 2026, when are we getting Young Avengers?
Well, I guess it's not until after. I'm assuming 2026 as well. I should have read this earlier, or I'm sorry, before. It's the same thing. What I just said, I was trying to make sense of, and I guess this is the same thing. The series will directly tie into the Young Avengers movie. It says Vision Quest will follow the Vision, obviously what we just read, trying to regain his memory and humanity. Then it says there will also be possibilities for Elizabeth Olsen to appear as Wanda. I think if she does, it'll probably be flashbacks or something like that. I don't think it's going to be, I don't believe it wouldn't make sense for Wanda to pop up there. But, you know, again, we'll see. It says Vin and Vision will make their MCU debut in Vision Quest, the kids. Filming will begin in the UK in October, and the new Vision series will take place after the, WandaVision events, blah, 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 blah. The series will be released 2026. So, Vision Quest, there it is. Marvel's doing it. But the question is for you, are you happy about it? Do you care about it? Is it one of those things? Again, for me, I have personally said if it doesn't tie into, and maybe it does because we don't know anything about it, maybe it does tie into the overall what they're trying to do with the multiverse. But I've said if it doesn't tie into that story and what we're trying to do, I just simply don't care. At one point, I did care where White Vision was going. Back in fucking what?
2020,
2021. I was like, yeah, where is White Vision? I'm interested. It's.
And then them niggas came out with What If.
It's been a lot of time. I really don't care.
Damn, Vision could have been this.
I honestly thought Vision Quest was one of the things that was quietly canceled by Iger. I didn't know that this was
Didn't
still
we think
happening.
that about a lot of things that they're ending up still coming out with?
Yeah. But a lot of this stuff may have been already in production. I don't know. But the question is for you.
Shit.
Let us know down below what you guys are thinking for Vision Quest. Are you excited? Do you care? What do you think?
Andre said what Metallica did for Picard was amazing in 31 Monkeys.
He said what?
Andre said what Metallica did for Picard was amazing in 31 Monkeys.
Oh, I see. I'm not a Trekkie. I don't know anything about Star Trek. All I know is a little sign, and my hands can't even do it. So, I don't know nothing about Star Trek.
Chill said I would have loudly canceled.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Should have definitely been canceled. There's no way that I don't know why. Not sure. I just don't know what is it. But we're following Vision. And in 2020, 2021, you have people with that because you're coming still off the hills of Endgame, off of WandaVision. You have people with following Vision. What's his story? After all this time, I feel like you'd be, and I could be wrong. I feel like you'd be hard pressed to find someone that really gives a fuck about what Vision's been up to. I mean, but hey, I could be wrong.
Ain't no nigga in the world. Hey, what Vision? I know Marvel ain't, Deadpool's coming out, but when Vision coming back?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
I don't know. Blue said cancel this shit like Nino Brown, and then Bird said either cancel it or rush this stuff and get it over with.
Yeah, that's my thing. 2026, you're now pushing even further from WandaVision. If we don't care in 2024,
that's what I was about to say. Like, bigger fish to fry,
man.
Because
doesn't the next Avengers film come out? And is it It's 2026, right? Or is it? It's 2026.
It's not next year.
It's not next year. They start filming. Yeah, so it's 2026. So, I mean, I guess.
Andre said it would come out when Blade comes out.
Blade's not. Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Oh, I don't know. Blade, I guess, is coming out.
Said Blade.
I guess Blade's coming out.
No, we'll definitely see Vision before Blade.
Oh God, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
When is Blade now? 2026. Is it 2026 now? It's been pushed back to.
Is it not at the end of next year?
I thought it was 2020. Oh well, rumored to being delayed to 2026.
I thought it was November 2025.
Okay, right. I think that may still be the slate.
For now.
Yeah.
Till summer hits and.
Yeah.
Xavier Phoenix said Vision will be a distant memory by 2026. So much will be going on with the mutants by that point.
Right.
Hopefully, we'll have Fantastic Four, mutants.
That's what I'm saying.
By then, we'll get an Avengers movie and hopefully be interested in whatever they're building.
No one's going to be tuning in.
Like you said, 6 years ago after that
Vision.
sad-ass death, the nigga died. Yeah, you could have sold that story, but...
But see, you're already having a hard time getting people, and and please don't hang me for this, I'm just speaking to the numbers here. The numbers for X-Men 97 weren't fantastic from what we know from the Nielsen numbers and things like that or whatever. They weren't fantastic.
It's rated 100, though.
It is. But I feel like you're going to be hard pressed to find, because X97 is in a lane of its own. Honestly, it's in a lane of its own. So you'd be hard pressed to find somebody to just want to tune in weekly to Vision.
Yeah,
and I don't want to say it like that because I don't dislike Paul Bettany as Vision.
If you're trying to tell that Vision ass story, that shit is kind of boring.
It's boring. I'm just thinking, is it gonna be molded off of WandaVision, where it's that all that shit? That's just not gonna. I'm telling you, they better really come with a heavy, hard hitting story, bro. Because then you're adding the little robotic kid, so he's gonna be nannying and daddying these kids the whole time. I don't want to see Vision be a dad. If I wanted to see Vision be a dad, I got that. I got that in WandaVision, and I loved it. It was great. But, I don't know, bro. Maybe no, and have him just show up in Armor Wars.
The nigga have me in tears.
I mean, because, that stupid ass shit.
No,
they had Vision
that's
on.
why I'm laughing, because it's like, brother, I mean, I always look at it two ways. There's a way to make it interesting, but you already know what they're going to do. And so when you said that shit, I immediately knew, this nigga as a father is going to be, waving them at as they're on the bus getting drove to school or some shit.
And then he's going to be like, now, while they're at school, let me figure out who I am. I'm the Vision. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's not going to be...
Bro, yeah, no.
Just have him show up in Armor Wars, bro.
He's definitely going to be, it's going to be like this logical... methodical ass story of him.
But I could be way off. It could be, again, I guess I'm just trying to find ways that it appeals. How's it going to appeal?
Oh, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anybody gives a fuck about Vision without Wanda. At least MCU fans.
again, the time that they did is past. If they did, the time that they did is past. And I'm not saying I dislike Vision. I thought Vision was at his best in obviously his debut movie of Age of Ultron. I thought they very much weakened him, and there's no way he's been getting tossed around. And at the beginning of Infinity War, he's getting his ass beat at the beginning of Infinity War. So
him and Hulk, man.
Yeah, so I
Vision
like Vision.
was low-key getting done worse, bro. That nigga was getting hunted.
He was and getting thrown. Wanda had to save him.
The whole movie too, like, yeah, bro, that nigga did go out sad.
Anyway, we'll move to the next topic here. The next thing that we're going to talk about, let me make sure I'm in the right areas here. Next thing we're going to talk about, let's do Armor Wars because it doesn't have an article with it. So let's do Armor Wars here. All right.
Said Blade gonna be using a walker.
So Armor Wars is another one of those that again was announced, and then we thought we haven't heard anything about it. A lot of people have been thinking that is it still on the table? Is it off the table? What's Marvel doing with the Armor Wars? It was originally going to be a series, then turned to a film, but this is some of the things we do know, I guess, that's coming out now about it. I do want to say this, though. This is something Don Cheadle had said about the production of it. He said Cheadle has talked about the project before. He says, I don't think we've ever really dug into him. I think we've read this quote before. And now it's an opportunity to really explore his emotional life, his interior life. And I think he might have spoken about this before Secret Invasion. His interior life, his relationship, his trajectory, where he wants to go, what his challenges are. Obviously, you have to pay off the Marvel stuff and be in the lore of the mythology of the character in the MCU in general. Well, I think he said that before Secret Invasion because this after Secret Invasion? Yes.
What?
Yes, Armor Wars?
Yeah. Wait.
So, on the timeline wise?
See, and that's difficult because
I'm trying to figure out, is this Rhodey or
that's another thing I was about to say because about Vision, because I don't know, it's weird. I don't know. They release things so long after like they should, but then again it's like if you do it right, it's possible because we just watched them bring back X-Men 97, continued the stories. Right. Half of us didn't even. For people that I would say the people my age didn't even watch the original series and everything. And that which made me go back and watch it. And so it's like if you do it right, you definitely can, but the way they're doing it, they're just it just like revert back to Black Widow. Like they just take too long and then they release a mediocre film. Really the actors that should have been done more justice because they have good ass actors in the MCU and everything for at least I'm talking about characters that have been shitted on. Hulk, Don Cheadle, Black Widow didn't get her justice or anything like that. So it's like, I don't know. I just think they need to do more justice if they are going to take more time because it's like, what are you taking 6 years on if you're going to release a mediocre story after? You know, like right. They had the whole COVID to sit through Black Widow and still CGI'd it poorly and then blamed it on COVID. Like you couldn't stay home and do your job.
Yeah, no, that film too. But some of the things that, again, came out today is that Armor Wars will not today, this past week, that Armor Wars will begin filming January 2025 in Atlanta. Don Cheadle will return as James Rhodes, obviously War Machine, and will be in it in the film about Tony Stark's worst fears coming true. Obviously, what happens when his tech falls into the wrong hands. Stark discovers that someone has been stealing his Iron Man tech and selling it to supervillains. He decided he must do whatever it takes to reacquire or destroy the stolen tech. And this is coming from the production list on that one. So they say that Armor Wars is rumored to have had massive plot changes to whatever it originally was going to be. They've gone in and changed a lot of what the plot was going to be. Now, again, this is why I asked, was this after Secret Invasion on the timeline or before? Because if are they changing it to fit what they did in Secret Invasion or whatever. The plot will tie to the conflict between humans and Skrulls from Secret Invasion. Okay, obviously, so that's what they're doing. They are fixing it to match what they did in Secret Invasion. And the Skrulls from Secret Invasion, the movie is still highly rumored to have received a new title. Hammer will return in the film. Others that are rumored to also return are James Spader's Ultron and Dominic Thorne as Riri Williams as Ironheart. So, Armor Wars, I guess, still on the table. Maybe with a different name. I guess maybe Ultron is still set to appear. Haven't heard anything about it in a while. And I'm really, again, this is kind of like the Vision Quest story. I don't have much to give to this because these are projects I thought to be dead.
Yeah.
I know Marvel never came out and, flat out said, "Oh, this project's dead in the water. We're not doing it anymore," whatever. But Armor Wars has been on the table for a while, and haven't heard anything about this film. So I guess now, with the plot changes and everything that's going through to fit what they did in Secret Invasion, I guess that does make sense if it's been so quiet, them making all these changes and things like that. But I'm just interested now with the rumored possible name change. What's it been changed to? What are we doing now? Is Ultron not going to be involved in this? Because that was my whole thing with it. I was like, damn, Ultron's coming back. And it really could have been something dope. But I don't know. I really don't know. It's just like with Vision Quest. It's one of those things where you have to wait and see exactly what more comes out about this. And it's one of those things, too, with time. Don Cheadle, like the rest of them, is not getting any younger. And they better kind of move along with some of this. So, I mean, when I say this, I'm not saying this to at all, but I specifically remember Henry and I watched Black Widow here at the house, and I remember when William Hurt came on the screen, I said, he looks real sick. Wasn't that Black Widow that I said?
Did I watch that? Because I'm like, I remember
me saying that.
Yeah, and I don't know if you either texted me that or sent a video. I don't think I watched it with you though. I don't think.
I don't remember.
But I know, you specific. Yeah, I do remember you said that shit, and I was damn.
I was like, they better,
because that made me think back. Like, damn, they are supposed to be doing anything Red Hulk wise, and so. And then all that news came
Not to
out.
say that, Don Cheadle looks sick or anything like that or any others. I'm just saying.
You never know.
You don't. You don't.
You never know what... I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I don't know. It's just... And that's the thing. I feel like they really do take things for granted sometimes, too, just because, like we talk about, they're not in a rush for really anything. Their pockets are going to flow. They make their money however... We can always, not just us, but people are always on Disney Plus rewatching shit. And so whether we like it or not, that's putting money in their pockets. The Disney Plus subscription we use to watch 97, money in their pockets.
I think they really did something great with their platform. I still have X with Disney Plus, but as far as adding Hulu completely to it now, to where I don't have to go to the Hulu app. Yeah.
Well, they just came. They're about to. I don't know if they did already. They have a bundle with HBO Max now.
Disney?
They signed a contract with. They'll have instead of the ESPN Plus bundle, it'll be Hulu, Disney, and HBO Max.
Shut the fuck up. So Disney just said everybody.
Yep. And shit, they're getting paid, and that's what it's like.
Oh yeah, they get
imagine you'll be able to fucking. You'll be able to have almost all comic book.
How
shit.
can they do that and have DC?
That's what I was about to say. They'll almost have all comic book shit on one platform, basically.
Warner allowed this? Interesting.
Unless they don't allow them but I don't see that. So. But I don't know. I mean, like you said. I do definitely get everything you're saying. But then again, I remember the one thing I said after Secret Invasion is, as bad as it was, is there was shit to build off of. And so, I mean, I just want to see him do stuff right. I think we all said, I mean, Bird said cancel Armor Wars 2. I'm not trying to be negative, but damn. I'm all for canceling shit if you're not going to put energy into it. If you're not going to put energy into these side stories, let alone the main stories that tell the bigger picture, cancel it.
Because see,
But
this is that. I'm sorry to cut you off. My problem too with it is this. Like, I agree with what you were saying. If it doesn't play into all these side stories, if it doesn't play into what we're doing, because it bothered me today. And this is just, again, grain of salt, rumor, not coming from Marvel, but coming from Daniel RPK when he said that Avengers 5 is going to have some multiversal elements. But it's going to be mainly grounded. And I'm thinking, are we in the multiversal saga, or are we not in the multiversal saga? God, because I'm like, what? So that's my thing. Like,
what is the multiverse to y'all?
why are we doing, like, I'm not against Armor Wars, because at one point I did really want to see it. Like Vision Quest, it's slowly fading, the interest of it. So it's like, I don't know, if you're gonna do it. If not, because this now is all just rumors.
Exactly. I mean, long story short, basically, if you're gonna do it, do it. If not, but that's like, I don't know. That's how I feel about everything. If like you're not gonna have someone like Bo, head writing team, putting the energy and shit into it, cancel it. Like, don't tell mediocre stories. It's just not good for the brand. And so,
I agree.
Definitely don't really sit here anticipating Armor Wars or Vision Quest or anything like that. But it's like, I'm pretty sure we'll watch them.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Yeah. But, as always, questions for you guys. Let us know what you guys are thinking about Armor Wars. The things coming out about Armor Wars. None of these things are official from Marvel Studios. These are things that are coming from scoopers and behind the scenes and things that, this may be a project that's still happening. So let us know what you guys are thinking.
It's just, bro. Raymond said, how are we in Kang Dynasty that is leading into Secret Wars and we have only some multiversal stuff? What the hell?
That's what I'm saying. I'm really confused how it's some multiversal elements and not the multiverse. Confused by it, but...
And then he also said, we learned with Chadwick, Don is getting old, everybody is. That's why I think they need to really... should have crunched and rushed Secret Wars in the beginning, but they slacked out.
Yeah.
Bird said they need Terrence Howard back, in my opinion. He brought more of a presence to that role, and he'd need that job. Man was speaking crazy about the periodic table.
Was that with Joe Rogan? I think I saw that. Joe Rogan interview. I think I saw that. But yeah. We'll move here to the next topic here. And the next topic is just going to be the Marvel Animation. And because Brad Winterbaum sat down with comicbook.com a few days ago, and when he sat down with them, he discussed he did a lot of talking. He discussed the animated shows. And the only animated shows coming up right now are going to be the retitled Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man to just Spider-Man: The Eyes of Wakanda animated series and What If Season 3. And so we're going to kind of just go into the things he said here about Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. This is Brad Winterbaum talking again with comicbook.com. He says, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is amazing, to say the least. Winterbaum says, I think it's really going to surprise people. It is very much like a cut from the Steve Ditko era. Okay, that's a big. All right, we'll see. Of the comics, it's Peter Parker back in high school, just trying to make it work, take care of his aunt, completely broke, and having to be a superhero. It's so essentially Spider-Man, and what Jeff Trammell, the creator of the show, did, which I think people are going to love, is he built this ensemble of characters around Peter that you fall in love with. Similarly, just because it's long-form storytelling, as those relationships brew, when the stakes rise, in that first season, things feel really tragic and dangerous and pretty incredible. So I love that show. I'm going to be honest with you. Until he did this interview, I completely forgot about this show. Yeah. I did not even know they were still doing this. I
remember whenever they even announced it, we were sitting here like, what's the point? Is this a timeline thing?
Yeah.
Where is it? I mean, why? Who?
Yeah.
For what? But animated stuff. Go back to what you were saying. It's just, we talked about that already whenever they were releasing it. So, fast forward, 3-4 years later, and for you to have that same thought?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be checking this one out simply because it is Spider-Man. I do want to see what it's going to be. I'm interested in it. I think I'm kind of high on Marvel animation right now, just coming off of X-Men. I'm not saying that this is going to be anything like X-Men, but just coming off of, X-Men and how great that was, and so disappointed tomorrow not, watching an episode of it, but I'm interested to see what it's going to be. I mean, like I said, it is Spider-Man. I've seen rumors swirling around that people think that maybe Giancarlo Esposito might be voicing Norman Osborn in the show. That could be interesting. I don't know. So, I still, again, got to get used to Norman and Harry being black. Harry having braids and shit. So, yeah. So it'll be being interesting, I guess.
I definitely did forget about it as well, but
yeah,
hearing it's anything from Ditko, I'm interested. New Creative Strange, so
yeah.
If it's anything from those comics, of anything like Spider-Man or those Strange stories or anything Spider-Man, the plot is there. So I mean,
yes,
I'm not sitting here saying it's gonna be bad or anything. Like you said, I just kind of forgot about it because they don't talk about it. Nothing leaks. I mean, but nothing really leaks about the animated shit, I feel like.
No. I do want to say this, too, about animated. Yeah, about the animated stuff when it comes to Spider-Man. This is not related to the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, but Winterbomb, again, doing all the talking lately, was asked about the 90s appearance of Spider-Man and X-Men, and is that going to revive the series? And he said... basically not. He didn't say no, but he said as of right now, any type of other 90s shows, cartoons, is going to be viewed through the eyes of the X-Men, through the lens of the X-Men. So you will only see cameos of them show up in the X-Men in future seasons and things like that. As of right now, they have no plans to do a 90s Spider-Man series, as of what he says. Now, my question with that was, I don't know how that I mean, Spider-Man is Spider-Man, whether it be animated, live action, whatever. So I don't know how that works with Sony. Even with this Friendly Neighborhood, I'm assuming they're getting something from this. But for Sony to greenlight, which I'm assuming they could, but I just don't know how that works with how much Marvel gets from it, how much Sony gets from it. So.
I'm sure Sony wouldn't care the numbers they fucking put up.
With Spider-Man?
I mean, I'm just saying in terms of Madam Web, Morbius, and all that shit, I'm sure they don't care what they get from Marvel. I mean, I'm sure they do because of Spider-Man. They're greedy and probably want their money as a business and everything. But at the end of the day, I don't think Sony has an issue with Marvel telling any Spider-Man stories because they know they tell them better. And maybe they don't want to admit that, but it's like they know at least they have the bigger audience. They know the audience is more attracted to MCU Marvel Spider-Man stuff outside of rather than Sony stuff outside of the Miles Morales stories they've told and stuff.
Sony just wants to get involved a lot with the storytelling. But I feel like maybe that's more live action. I don't really know. I really don't know how
I feel like it's anything Spider-Man fucking game-wise. They don't even let the games and shit come out on Xbox and shit. Niggas are real greedy and picky on what they do and shit. So I'm sure there's definitely some contract on what they get, but I don't know if it's a predetermined value because what if the show doesn't do good?
Right.
So, I don't know.
Well, that again, I forgot about the show, but it is happening. And this is very quick because I don't think they really know what... I guess. We'll see. He went on to say Marvel Animation is also working on the more recently revealed animated series tied to the Black Panther films. Now, this is on the sacred timeline within the MCU that has been confirmed. This is not its own thing. Winterbomb spoke broadly about the show titled Eyes of Wakanda, which focuses on the secret agents of Wakanda embedded worldwide. Eyes of Wakanda is an MCU show that is the history of Wakanda and told through the War Dogs, and it is some of the best animation we've ever done. Todd Harris is the creator of that one. That's just a cool show. What we said about Spider-Man... just a cool show. Brad, we will see how cool this Eyes of Wakanda told through the eyes of the War Dogs is. I take myself back, and I'm assuming maybe Nate Moore is, maybe not. Again, I don't think that man works with Marvel. Maybe he does. Maybe he's just doing stuff with Brave New World. I don't know. But I would assume because all this T'Challa talk lately has brought up. I've gone back and rewatched some of these old interviews I haven't seen in since talking Wakanda Forever and things like that. And I found it. I saw an interview where Nate Moore. Hell, it was the interview he was talking to Van, where he was talking about T'Challa and Wakanda. Those two things are one and the same. I don't see how you do one without the other.
Pause. I can tell you right now, we talked about Nate Moore contradicting himself.
Oh, well, that's very true. That is
like,
very true. We did talk about that a lot.
Say, so he would spit out whatever in the
That's
next
right.
interview, come out and say the complete opposite.
That is very true. I've completely forgot about that. Yes, he was contradicting ass Nate Moore. Yeah, so again, I said that just to say we are now telling a story with Wakanda without the guy that you
Once
said
again.
should be tied to that.
It's like he probably said that on some real nigga shit, and Marvel was like, "Hey, you better go redact that." I'm hoping.
And this is before T'Challa's time. I want to put that out there as well. This is they have made this plain too. This is before T'Challa's time as the Black Panther. So he is not the Black Panther during this series. But it is on the sacred timeline. It is going to be told through the eyes of the War Dogs. They say it's the best animation they've ever done. So we will see exactly I hope it's not the what if animation though. I prefer.
Anytime I hear that best shit, I think of Hawkeye. I get pissed.
Well, that too. And Todd Harris has worked over with Marvel. He has done. We've talked about it.
This. Then I stayed up till 2 a.m. and I wish I would have missed it.
Yeah, that show's terrible. They're doing a season 2, rumored.
Heard that, I was like, man.
But as for what if, he says, what if season 3...
My fault. Are you interested in the Eyes of Wakanda? Or are you just no T'Challa? No. I mean, I just think it's
for the sake of giving the obviously our viewers what talking about it. I will check it out. I'll check it out. I'll see what it is. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, for viewers' sake, we might react to it because viewers would definitely want to see.
I just hope for
reaction
Wakanda's sake, it's actually. I know they said focusing on the agents and everything, but even I feel like in the first one, they're not diving deep. And in the second one, they said they would explore Wakanda, then destroyed it. So I don't know. I just want them to finally explore deeper into Wakanda, the tribes, all the different locations and everything like that. So I don't know. I just hope niggas are actually true to best animation we've done and everything, because saying that and then it comes out and it's even the slightest bit of sloppy. Lying.
Well, Wakanda hasn't been handled well, but
then
we'll see.
Say you lied.
We will see. But for season 3 of What If, Winterbomb says season 3. That might be one that comes out next in term of animation. That is the culmination of a trilogy. We're actually close to completing that one, and it really feels like you've gone through this amazing emotional experience with Uatu, in a way that's what's great about the Watcher is why did they do that? Okay. What's great about the Watcher is that he presents himself as uncaring and cold and just an observer, but he cares more than everybody and anybody. That is on full display in the 3rd season. I said this in the car. I can't believe I said this in the car. I said I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm actually interested in certain episodes of What If season 3. Just from the stuff that's come out about it. I want to see certain episodes, like the Storm stuff.
I genuinely don't think I watched any of season 2.
Oh, I did not. Oh, I can't say I did not. I watched the first 2 episodes.
I don't know. I think. Did you watch the new character one?
No.
Yeah, I still don't know who that new.
The first episode starts with Nebula. What if Nebula? Some stupid shit. Turned that off. That was so boring. And then the second episode I watched was what if Star-Lord got taken to, or didn't get taken to where'd he get taken to from, or if the Ravagers actually gave him back to Iago, and he became this. It was him versus the old school Avengers, and I don't believe I turned it because I fell asleep. But I stopped there. My journey with What If Season 2 stopped there.
Yeah, I didn't even turn on Season 2 because I didn't think any of the titles were interesting. I watched the Ultron Vision episode, where Ultron's going around
from
his
Season
vision.
1, yeah.
And then the Doctor Strange episode. I watched 3 episodes, the T'Challa one.
I like the zombie one. I know people didn't like the zombie one. I like the zombie
I think I did watch that one, actually, but I don't think I liked it.
I
I watched those 3 or 4, liked those 3, and then Season 2 sounded like shit, so I can get back to it. But I don't know, like you said, it's always like interesting in a couple of them. I wish they would.
A couple.
I wish they would go ahead and tell 8 good what ifs, and actually, I still don't know. Are they connected?
I don't know
to anything.
I don't know.
They must connect to each other with the Watcher and every. Do they?
I don't know what the fuck.
Do they connect to each other? Like, is it like a? I mean, I guess you didn't watch. So for anyone who
if you
has watched What If, is it like a continuous story they're telling through seasons 1 and 2, and they're gonna get to 3 and wrap this trilogy up? And I don't know. That's the confusing part to me. I liked The Watcher. I thought that was cool. Liked everything they did with Strange more than they do in live action. But like we always talk about, it's easier to do the mystical, magical, anything superhero power-wise kind of animated. You have a little bit more freedom.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Sure, we'll see. This is what they say about some of the rumors for What If Season 3. Zach said they bring things together in the finale, but the Season 2 finale was dog shit. So I guess they bring things together, but it's not like a story. I would assume it'd have to be brought together though, because it's all in one little What If it's him. I got excited because again, there were things I want to see from What If Season 3. So when they dropped whatever trailer today, I thought it was a What If Season 3 trailer. It was fucking for the Vision Pro. And it's an immersive game with What If. And I was like, what if you saved your money? You didn't do that.
I mean, the Vision Pro don't even know why they're doing that shit because they're losing money.
Yeah.
They thought niggas was going to be buying that shit up.
Well, here's the thing. When it costs a used car...
Economy. That's what
that's a used car.
That's...
Now, you can get a car from JJ...
Bi-weekly, that's 2 weeks of work for some, like...
Yeah. Yeah, that's...
Not even.
That's crazy. No. I'm still impressed with the Vision Pro, but it's like...
No, but the thing is, it's the start. Like, the Vision Pro is the first thing.
Yeah, this is the first one.
This year,
so
even, we're going to get a better one, and and it's only going to get more expensive and shit.
Right.
So why the fuck would I spend my money now when I know it's going to get better?
Right.
Before you read, Stamina did say, he said they connect, but mostly superficially. They're not really an overarching narrative, except as perhaps pertains to Captain Carter, of course.
Okay. I knew all her shit connected.
Yeah.
So what they said about...
And, I mean, my fault. The original character, figure they'll bring her into live action. I don't know why I feel like that. So
I don't even know who the original character is. I just know she wears a blue dress.
Yeah. Case. I don't know.
No idea.
Kahori. Yeah, I was about to say. I know her name started with a K.
Again, take these with a grain of salt. It says, What If Season 3 might release this year. The final season will consist of 4 to 6 episodes. Oh, the girl y'all just were talking about. Corey and... is it Corey? Is that Kahori?
I didn't watch it.
And Captain Carter will return. The two will be a part of a brand new team. Mysterio and Storm will appear in Season 3. Now, this part is interesting. Storm will be wielding Mjolnir. And I'm like, huh. Why?
You know
but interesting. Yeah, I know. I'm like, why? But so interesting.
Weather holding
while holding Mjolnir. I know. I was like, why? But that's interesting because it's like, I don't know. That's why I'm interested. I've been saying this ever since I heard Storm was in. I was like, that's my really pull to Season 3 of What If. I just want to see what they're doing with Storm.
Dog shit episodes like what?
Yeah, no, you do get some dog shit ass episodes.
Like, what if Hulk was yellow? Like, I don't know. Like, why can't they all be like explained like that, you know, or thought out like Stormhold Mjolnir, or like just some creative ass shit like they do. Like,
And I'm kind of interested in this one. What if the Eternals never stop the emergence? That one I'm kind of interested in. I mean, I know the outcome. I mean, doesn't the world just blow up?
yeah,
Well, that's what
the
if.
world ends, go to a new one.
I mean, that is
Start
what
over.
if. That is the if. I mean, there is no if. I mean, I guess the if is if they don't stop it, but there's no. I mean,
Did Thanos not stop the emergence?
by snapping half a population, I think he delayed it.
Yeah, that's true. Snap back.
But I mean, okay, sure.
Are you no longer interested after thinking it out? Because it's like, actually,
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I know what if they don't stop the emergence. It emerges. I mean, we watched that happen in the explaining of it. In
bro just
film.
explained himself how to be an interest.
I did. I'm not interested in that. I guess I'm just interested in Storm wielding Mjolnir. So yeah, there you go for What If. The animated show's coming up. It is What If Season 3, The Eyes of Wakanda, and Spider-Man, the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, or I guess renamed Spider-Man, whatever it is. Those are the things that are all coming out for Marvel Animation under their new animated spotlight. What's up, Tyrone? Appreciate you being here. So yeah. But you guys let us know what you guys are thinking down below about the animated things. Are you excited for the Spider-Man show? Just simply because it's Spider-Man. I mean, I'm curious. I'm curious to see what they're doing. Are you interested in The Eyes of Wakanda? Are you going to check it out? You know, again, for me, I'm teetering the line. If enough people want me to watch it as a, I'm also very interested on my own just to see what the. But am I? I keep forgetting this is a time period that is. How far before T'Challa? I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's before T'Challa regardless. I don't know. And then What If Season 3, you got me with Storm. But outside of that, you got to let me know what you guys are thinking, because it's there. Let me know what you guys are thinking down below in the comments.
D. Steele said, "Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man looks terrible in my opinion."
Wow. Oh, stinky. People not wanting to watch it.
You gotta stop saying that shit when I gotta talk, bro. Tony said, "What if Feige took off his cap?" And that nigga probably...
I've seen.
I was about to say, nigga probably be stressed. That's probably why he leave it on.
You know, and I'm not trying to be funny when I say this, but it's like a if I don't know if you've seen pictures of Feige. It's like kind of like a cartoon, like when a cartoon gets burned on their head, and like they have all those like kind of patches.
I just hate it anytime a nigga says I'm not trying to be, because you know niggas trying to be, you know, if it's spit out a joke.
It's kind of like it's cartoonish.
Damn. I swear I seen comments earlier. Stamina said, "Storm with Mjolnir, yeah, use the power of the winds to toss a hammer that can't be stopped. Sounds potent to me. I'll watch."
Yeah, it looks dope.
And then Dior said, "The Storm thing got me."
Yeah. Shit sounds interesting. That's the one that got me too. Chill said Feige had to take the hat off at the Oscars. Is that where I saw that? Is that where those pictures come from? Huh. No T'Challa means no watching. You know, again, that's
why I asked, like, is the story of Wakanda enough to get you to watch an animated, even if it is like we were talking about before T'Challa's time, or is
it's just
knowing the fact that, because how I see it is they're still tap dancing around the nigga, like,
no, they are.
Like, it's we know what sells, but fuck it, let's just tell a whole story about
that's not about
the history of his place. You know, it's like, I don't know, they're doing a lot of tap dancing around.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not going to talk about T'Challa, I would just stay away from Wakanda. Like, it don't make sense to just keep diving into Wakanda and shit, not having him there.
Yeah.
Neri said, "Storm and Stormbreaker, I'm in." Tony said, just do Spider-Man 98 and cancel that other shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just do Spider-Man 98. That's what everybody wants.
D. Steele said, MTV Spider-Man, the new animated series, is underrated in my opinion.
Great said, no T'Challa, no T. Yeah, thanks for the subscription.
A lot of people feeling.
Yeah, I've said the same things ever since after Wakanda Forever. Even, I've been saying it. I'm kind of done with the BP not kind of done with the BP franchise in the MCU. I haven't really talked about Eyes of Wakanda like that because I'm not interested in it. Like I said, it's War Dogs. It's just stuff that's not involving T'Challa. And yeah,
like it'll come out. I'm sure it'll watch it. Like you said, maybe react for the channel's sake and everything. But I'm definitely not sitting here worried about it, waiting on it.
Oh no, I'm not.
Anything like that.
It's none of that at all. But yeah, so we'll move here to. Is there one for this? Don't I have an article for this? I don't, so that's okay though. We'll move here to Spider-Man. Some of the things that have come out about Spider-Man 4, and these are all kind of just bullet point things here. So recently Tom Holland has met, and a lot of things have come out about Spider-Man 4. About the last big thing, it was Marvel and Sony fighting over what they wanted the film to be about. Sony wanted it to be multiversal, Marvel wanting it to be more grounded. We know that Kingpin is involved. He should be mayor by the time this film comes out of New York. And some of the other things that are coming out with that are in here. But Tom Holland recently met with Sony Pictures chairman Tom Rothman, and this was yesterday in London. People were suspecting they were talking about, obviously, future plans for Spider-Man 4, contracts and things like that, whatnot. The Ms. Marvel directors are being eyed are on the short list of directors for the film. This is coming from Jeff Snyder and John Roca on the
Ms.
hot
Marvel
mic.
or the Marvels?
The Ms. Marvel.
Okay, my fault.
The Ms. Marvel directors are being looked at. And then speaking with Deadline recently, Tom Holland said, "This is the first time in this process that I've been a part of the creative so early. It's just a process where I'm watching and learning, and it is just a really fun stage for me. Like I said, everyone wants it to happen, but we want to make sure we're not overdoing the same things." And I think that kind of goes back into the whole why I said from the beginning, I don't think you need to put Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire in this film at all. We just did that, and I think it takes away, for me personally, Andrew being my favorite Spider-Man, me seeing him again in like Secret Wars or whatever.
That's what I mean. And I never like to be like, oh, I'm right, or toot my horn, but I mean, it's the same shit I said. I mean, after watching that shit and all the leaks came out, why would you not want to make it grounded? So applause to actually Marvel. I was going to say, of course, I'm on the opposite side of Sony on this. It's like, why wouldn't you want it to be more grounded in terms of you're bringing in Daredevil, you're bringing in Kingpin, you're bringing in Red Hulk, you're bringing in all these New York characters and everything, and after you just did a big multiversal story with Spider-Man, you're about to get back to it with Secret Wars where Andrew and Tobey should be there. Sony's going to get their cut from that, which should be $1 billion two projects if it's 1-2 part. So I don't really see the issue with keeping it grounded and everything. I think Sony is just money, and like I said earlier, greedy for their money and want what they can get in terms of, oh, you're making a Spider-Man movie, insert everyone, let's make the most we can.
And that's what they were after.
Secret Wars. Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah, that's what they were after. Spider-Man 4, according to DLRPK, is going to start filming, is going to begin filming this fall, and it's going to release in fall of 2025. So that's next year. Is that true? Is that something that's really going to happen? I don't know. We'll see. We will see if they really start filming. I mean, he did meet with the chairman yesterday. I don't know. We'll see. They are trying to fast track. This is not news. This is something that has been talked about, again, when they originally were fighting over grounded or multiversal. This was Sony trying to say, hey, we want this out. We want to move this. So it's now being moved. Some of the things coming out about it are this. Again, take it with a grain of salt. Coming from My Time to Shine Hello, she says that Aunt May is going to return. Someone else corroborated this report and said, but that's only going to be in flashbacks. She left it very much as that she's going to return, as if this bitch is just going to raise up out the grave and return. But so she's it's going to be flashbacks as she returns.
She'll probably have like some nightmare or some shit.
Yeah. The spell that made everyone forget about Peter Parker on Earth 616 also affected Andrew and Toby's universes, making their worlds forget about them as well. Again, my time saying hello. Now, why is this news coming out? Why is this relevant to Spider-Man 4? Because Sony at the end of the day, again, it's negotiations. It all comes down to, conversation and just the whole business part of it all. Sony has the final say, but, talking with Marvel can want things and say, okay, we'll do this if you do this. Sony's okay, we'll do this if you do blah, 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 blah. I don't know if Andrew and Toby are really going to be in it. If they are, maybe they're going to be mentioned or something like that. Maybe we learn that if this is even true, that their universes were affected by the same spell and everything like that, and people forgot them. How does that work for them, where they are? I mean, I don't know.
I wouldn't do it.
Affect their universes?
If you want to do that, that's cool and everything, because I don't really know of too many people in those universes that saw Spider-Man's face or anything, and so I don't really think that's really that big of an issue. But my thing is, if you're going to do anything, which what I'm saying is if Marvel's going to bend to Sony at all, give them their end credit scene or post-credit scene, whatever, and then let Sony tell their stories with Andrew and Toby. Because all Marvel wants Andrew Toby for now is Secret Wars. All these old reminiscent characters that bring back that nostalgia feeling.
Yeah.
They don't want, at least I don't think they want to tell all these stories with Hugh as Wolverine. Like he'll be in Deadpool, probably Secret Wars, and then I don't think they want to keep him around. Same thing with Andrew. I don't think they want to keep him around post Secret Wars or anything. Sony might though, because they know, we can make money off them. But then again, it's like, they're getting old.
Yeah.
They're all gonna when do y'all dead that shit? At what point is it okay, we gotta find, you did with Miles, so it's why not push those stories out and shit? It's
they say
why
that's
keep
coming.
reaching back to Andrew and Toby to make you money whenever you can fast track the next Miles story and make it bill?
Yeah, I do want to. I know they said that the last time Amy Pascal was asked, she said that they are trying to. The Miles movie is coming live action after Spider-Man 4. They're trying to. I guess the kid is even supposed to be in Spider-Man 4, from what we've heard. And the last thing is Venom will make an appearance in Spider-Man 4, although he won't be the main villain. The symbiote, I don't know if it's the piece that was left, if it's Venom from
When does
Venom
that
Last
last
Dance
one come out?
This year, October-ish, I think is what they said. Venom's Last Dance. So yeah, so those are the things there for Spider-Man. They're trying to fast track it. It is coming out. Spider-Man is going to be going. Oh yeah, and then they also said that Scorpion and Shocker will be in it working for Kingpin, which about time. Scorpion is in it. Shit, that was teased at the end of the first one.
He's getting old.
I think it should be, not just him either. I guess not, since it's not his universe. But I don't know. We don't know what universe that Daniel Glover's Prowler was in. But I don't know if they're trying to build or what exactly they're trying to do with Kingpin, and if it's a Sinister Six type deal. I don't know, but. Let us know what you guys are thinking about Spider-Man down below. Are you excited for some of the things? It is going to be fast-tracked, so Spider-Man sells. Can you think that Spider-Man 4 is going to be... I think so, especially, when you got Tom sitting over it saying, we don't want to repeat the same things. He actually really does care about this character a lot, so let us know what you guys are thinking down below.
I don't know. The last thing I'll say on it is I think it can go... in my personal opinion, too, either ways, and liking it or not, because they could go back and keep MJ in it, and Ned and all that, which I don't want to see them just keeping Zendaya. Yeah, I know, but I don't want to see her in it too much. I understand, because, they ended it off in the sense of it felt like they remember, she remembered him, so.
Yeah, I don't like that, though.
But it's I don't know. I don't want to see too much of her, because you're supposed to be starting a whole other trilogy.
That's what I'm saying.
Tell a new story, and then, you you can get back to it.
Like if you want to show, if you want to put Zendaya in, and it's like this thing where he's watching Zendaya from a distance going into a job or going into class or something like that, sure. But to have interactions with Zendaya when this is supposed to be where everybody felt like
he saved her life for some shit.
Yeah, we're finally at the place where Spider-Man's supposed to be. You know, he's no longer under Iron Man. He's got the suit. He's, you know, broke. Yeah. No aunt, nobody around. No one knows him. All those things, you know, all of that. This would be a good time to introduce, again, if she's in it, as she's supposed to be, Black Cat's supposed to be in it, Felicia. Bring in Felicia. Bring in a different love interest for him. You know, Peter is a player. Bring in some different people that he can, that, you know, different love interests that he's had. The MJ thing, I don't want that. That to me, it's just like bringing Toby and Andrew back. You're just, what was the point of the third one then?
Doing too much. You're overdoing it.
No, I don't think so. I don't think she needs to be in it like that. But
yeah, no, I agree. Yeah. Tony said, "I hope Tom Hardy acts more like Eddie Brock and not a strung-out drug addict."
Yeah.
Stamina said, "Yes to both of you. Minimal MJ, please and thanks. Leave Peter alone for a bit."
Yeah.
Chill said, "The guys who directed Bad Boys 3 and had their Batgirl film canceled."
That's right. Okay, I could not remember if they did the Batgirl film. I was like, wait a minute, I know some light-skinned brothers was attached to that Batgirl film. It was them. Yikes. It is them.
Grace said, "That's stalking. She doesn't know him like that anymore. Give him some Black Cat." Stamina said, "I'm not even convinced Secret Wars will be worth much from their perspective." In terms of Sony?
Possibly so.
Jaren said, Ryan Coogler says Nate Moore has to go whenever their contract is up. Shit, I ain't heard from Nate Moore. I think it might already be gone.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from him.
Didi said, "Dang, another Spider-Man."
Get them off that door in there before I go in there and spray everybody.
Damn kittens. Damn, I think that's it. Hold on. Unless you see any new ones, I scrolled up.
No.
Neri said it's like Captain America with all the characters in it. And then Stamina said, if Andrew and Toby have their heads on their shoulders, they'll say no to anything asked of them unless it's Sam Raimi asking or something.
Yeah,
unless it's Raimi or some shit from Secret Wars. I don't see much else to really
Yeah.
dabble into.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move here to the next topic and the last topic for the evening. And that is going to be the Black Panther stuff that has been going on. On this one, allow me to hit these points because I have these bullet points that with videos that I want to make a point to, because this has been something that has not gone away for whatever reason. And I'm not going into this angry. I'm not going into this getting loud or anything like that. I'm gonna try to remain with this tone. I do think that you're all ignorant. I want to start there. I think that you're all ignorant because there have been so many people that have come in and said, or have been misinformed. I don't know if you've been misinformed by someone on Twitter because maybe you don't know this knowledge yourself, because I think a lot of people are extremely lazy. When I say lazy, you are too lazy to even go to Google and just put in a simple Google search to find the information out on your own. You rather piggyback off of information you've seen on Twitter and just run with it and think that, hey, I saw it on Twitter, it's gotta be so. I saw 3 people say it on Twitter, it's gotta be so. And the reason I've said this so many times before about coming in hot on conversations that you are not privy to the prior information or been misinformed on. I will give this point an example. Somebody commented on the BP video that we just put out about 4 or 5 days ago and said, I wasted my time watching this video I wasted my time watching this video. You're sitting here worried about a fictional character, but you're not worried about building up Black Wall Street. And I found that comment funny. It has nothing to do with Black Panther, but I found that comment funny because, again, that's what happens when you come in so hot on comments without actually doing the research. And like I told him, I don't expect you off of one video to go and read my view my catalog of videos and things like that. But had you not come and tried to read me so hard, you would know that I'm a descendant of some of those people from Black Wall Street. We've talked about Black Wall Street, Greenwood District on this channel so many times and things like that, blah, 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 blah. So when you come in hot like that, you don't, and you're not doing your own research, again, when you make assumptions, you make an ass of yourself. So I think one of the most important things with this conversation when it comes to the continuity of T'Challa in the 90s series shows that Marvel conducted back then, research is vital. It is vital that you all do your research and know what it is you're talking about. So I want to hit these points here really quickly. We've done this. We've done this dance, but I'm going to do it one more time here.
Don't say that shit. We'll be back next week doing the dance again. Love this dance.
Let me make sure I have this. If you want to say something on that before, I have this up.
We talk about that a lot off camera, about people following celebrities, and just because shit has likes, they think that that's where their opinion goes. And I don't know, a lot of people, there's a difference between reading and comprehending shit. And so I think a lot of people don't do research because they don't want to comprehend shit. And they don't, so they see something online on Twitter and it's like, okay, this is who I follow, get all my information for comics, sports, gossip, whatever it may be. And it's like, okay, this is who I believe, this is where I saw it, I liked it, reposted, did y'all see, share with the group chat, boom. And so, I don't know. Everyone does that, they get their opinions from somewhere, but it's like, that doesn't mean you're right. And so we talked about this last video. People will be willingly arrogant and stand on wrong information without going to do the research, and they won't listen to the people who are trying to educate them. They'd rather, I don't know, our generation would rather argue with niggas than get educated and shit. And so,
right.
I mean, before you get into the points and everything, that's definitely one thing I wanted to agree with, in the sense of everybody's always following something wrong, but they don't want to admit it because it's just that belief system, you know? Like, once you believe in something, whether you're right or wrong, shit, that's your belief.
Right. No, you are right. You are absolutely right. Anyway, I want to pull this up, though, to backtrack there. You know, we've talked about this. We've talked about the continuity of this character being in the 90s shows. Now, you can't have it. Marvel did what they did with their decision in making T'Challa obsolete or sidelining him, rather. I know a lot of people don't like the word obsolete. A lot of people don't like the word being erased or whatever. So I'll use a word that I guess can make you somewhat comfortable, and that's sidelined. People don't like the fact that he's being sidelined. And with him being sidelined in the MCU, that's one thing. But a lot of people had the conversation and thought of, why is he being sidelined in animation? And I'm just kind of rehashing what people were saying. But I'm jumping into this now here of exactly what we are talking about. So, obviously, the first thing I want to start with is this. I said this last week. I'm going to continue to say this. You are not just arguing with myself or Q or anybody else on Twitter. You are arguing with Marvel Studios. Brad Winterbaum, who's the executive producer, if you have been here since we started this stream, he was the one doing all the talking for the Marvel animated shows when he talked with comicbook.com just a few days ago. He's been doing all the talking lately. He did all the talking for Echo. Brad Winterbaum has been up front and center. So anything that comes out of Brad Winterbaum's mouth, you can take that shit as law and fact over at Marvel Studios as of now. He came out, especially because he is the head of animation. He came out and said in an interview with Screen Crush, and I've played this before, but let's rehash it.
X-Men 97.
Let's play this one more time for everybody. So, he came out and said this.
Oh, we're doing it again.
X-Men 97 fits directly into the continuity of the 90s animated shows. And as you know, like, there were some awesome crossovers, most notably with Spider-Man. I will say that, like, if you remember the awesome cameos from the original show, you're going to be happy in X-Men 97 without going into spoiler territory.
And I don't really even need to finish that, because really the only thing that I need is really in the first 5 seconds.
X-Men 97 fits directly into the continuity of the 90s animated shows.
Cut point.
I swear when you first play this shit, I'll pause.
You don't. That's
shows.
It. That's it. That's it. It stops there. It stops there. Now I know a lot of people are saying, well, that's still people were doing mental gymnastics on Twitter about this. Well, all he said was that it just fits into the da 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 da. Okay, that's not enough for you. So that's not enough for you. So we've got more. We've got more here. For those of you that don't know, if you did not grow up in the 90s, or you're just, again, going off of what people on Twitter are saying and you haven't watched these shows for yourself, again, do the research. Black Panther has shown up in X-Men, and he also showed up in the Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four, X-Men, Spider-Man, I believe the Iron Man show, all crossed over. All those shows crossed over with one another. The Fantastic Four series is the place where we first saw T'Challa, and it was in that series where, again, I'm gonna play that video here. Let me see. And the Fantastic Four series did take place during the 90s. The same thing that Brad Winterbaum was talking about. It's in that same continuity. Now, in the Black Panther series, if it's in the same continuity of all the other shows, as Brad Winterbaum has said it is, then how the hell is this not T'Challa? And let me just make sure that I have the right video up. This is why I wanted to do this the other way. But that's okay. Let me play this really quick. Shit. I wanted to have this up the other way. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second here. Let me fix this. Yeah, go ahead. Jump on that.
D. Steele said that director was splaining this retcon away. And then Grace said, damn, who's stupid enough to continue to argue that? So, I mean, that's what I thought whenever last time you played it and I paused you after and then repeated shows, I thought that was good enough, but
it was.
Robert Gray said, what up? What up, Rob? Glad to have you tonight. Appreciate you joining. Chill said, benched, hidden, absent. All three. 3 for 3. D. Steele said, T'Challa in animation and video games. Marvel Rivals is just an Overwatch ripoff. No real storylines at all. Just shit. No, you're right. Zach said, can't argue with the stupid person. They're too subscribed to their own opinion. Yep, nope. Gray said, willfully ignorant. Bird said, misinformation is their best friend. The narratives are crazy with Black Panther. Yeah, no. And then what video are you looking for?
This one here.
Do you have the video from one of the original X-Men 90s directors talking about his Black Panther cameos?
I don't have that, but I do have something else from him. I have this, though. So this is, again, so for everybody saying, oh, it's not, I'm bringing all this to make it make sense for you. T'Challa was in the same 90s series, 90s continuity as all the other shows. The Fantastic Four all crossed over with Spider-Man, crossed over with the X-Men, crossed over with Iron Man, all of that. So, and we saw Captain America show up in cameos. He didn't have his own show, but showed up in cameos and all that kind of shit. This was in the Fantastic Four show, okay? So this is in the Fantastic Four show. If it's in the same continuity, I'm sure we've all seen this, maybe, I don't know. But let's play this part.
It all began 10 years ago. He called himself Ulysses Claw, the master of sound, and demanded our sacred mound of the precious eternal rock from my father, T'Chaka. Father! They have slain T'Chaka, but his death shall not go unpunished. From this moment, Father, I live only to avenge this evil deed.
Okay, so this was 10 years prior to when this story, the events of T'Chaka dying in the 90s continuity animated shows was 10 years prior to when T'Challa shows up in the Fantastic Four. And when T'Challa shows up in the Fantastic Four, it is on this one here.
X-Men 97 fits directly in.
Not that one. Didn't I just download that shit? Or re-download that shit?
And T'Challa hereditary chieftain of the Wakandas, does not give his word lightly.
Yes, but this is...
No, it's all right, dear.
Chief? You mean I've been clobbering the Lion King?
So, the whole time, you've got T'Challa, who he just says he is, because I saw some people telling me, oh no, that's not T'Challa, and you do realize that that's not T'Challa in the X-Men 97, or the X-Men 92 original series in Africa watching Magneto. Okay. So, since we're still doing the mental gymnastics that we're doing, you do realize also that Larry Houston is the animator who worked as producer on Pride of the X-Men, X-Men, the Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, and his amazing friends, the Incredible Hulk, Spider-Man, the 90s original series, all of those. He's worked on all of those. He was the one that drew this drawing of T'Challa. He was behind a lot of the things that he was doing.
This was his idea.
Right.
Having the cameo.
Right. For people that don't know, this is Larry Houston here. He was, again, like, he wanted to do a Black Panther series.
I know you have points and shit, but he actually had to, like, lie to Marvel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm getting into that, too.
Shit's crazy.
So, on that whole part here, you've got, let me go back. Where we've got here. So I'm going to just read over this really quickly. All right. So for people trying to make the mental gymnastics, they could know that wasn't T'Challa in the X-Men 92 original series. Okay. So the title of this is African Mutant Refugee Number 3. That's all the script called for, but X-Men the Animated Series, Larry Houston had grander plans in mind. Houston, an animator, an animation trailblazer, as the first black storyboard artist on the Saturday morning cartoon, was known for inserting cameos from other Marvel characters into the popular Fox Kids shows. A shot of Spider-Man's arm thripping a web, Hulk appearing in the danger room, Thor looking concerned while Phoenix causes a storm. So when X-Men went to Africa for the 1995 episode Sanctuary Part 1, Houston decided to transform the anonymous mutant refugee into the King of Wakanda, with Black Panther looking on at the action happening in the distance. And I can already hear you. Well, he didn't say T'Challa. Hold on. Then it went on to say, we had 2 X-Men episodes in Africa, one with Storm's mutant godchild and the other with Magneto gathering mutants to take them to his mutant sanctuary, Asteroid M. I was able to include the Black Panther into the show whenever they were in Africa, which some sharp-eyed fans were able to spot. Houston tells the Heat Vision. It was the first time the character had appeared in animation with artist Mark Lewis drawing on Jack Kirby's work in the 1968 Fantastic Four number 52, the first appearance of the character. Of course, I didn't do a dead-on Kirby impression because that wouldn't have fit stylistically into the look of the X-Men cartoon, but I did at least try to get some of Kirby's feels in his hands and some of the masses of his body, says Lewis. Houston was proud of bringing T'Challa to life. Houston was proud of bringing T'Challa to life. So your mental gymnastics, again, you're not only arguing with Brad Winterbaum, you're now arguing with the man that drew him, the man that drew him into the continuity of the shows, the man that fostered and helped start what was the X-Men 97 show, that was the Fantastic Four show, that was Iron Man, that was the Hulk show, that was the Spider-Man show. All of that Larry Houston was involved with. So when he says Houston was proud of bringing T'Challa to life, even for a brief cameo, but he wanted more, your mental gymnastics, the shit you're doing, the misinformation you're spreading, if you're just arguing for the sake of arguing, if it's willful, for research purposes, I'm honestly curious. I'm curious, for research purposes, where the fuck does this shit come from? Where does the misinformation come from? Where does this come from where you seriously want to sit up and have a back-to-back, back-and-forth argument for hours, days at a time, with people trying to argue them down and tell them that this is, yeah, it's a pride thing, that this is not in continuity. You're wrong. I've seen people trying to make the mental gymnastics saying that this is a different universe. Stop it. No, the fuck it's not. The misinformation, the shit that's being spread, no, it's not. You're not arguing with fans now. You're not arguing with just recasters that, oh, you just want your way. You are arguing with the people that sat behind the desk and made the fucking decisions that were made in the 90s, before a lot of you motherfuckers was even born. But you want to argue just for the sake of arguing. No matter what mental gymnastics you do, no matter what it is that you are being told on Twitter or by anybody else also misinformed, it was T'Challa. That's why it never made sense in 97 for it to be T'Chaka. You don't have to argue with me. Go argue with your mom about that shit, but that shit is T'Challa. It's not T'Chaka. You're hearing it from Larry Houston's mouth himself. Then he goes on to say, a year later, T'Challa got his time in the spotlight, but that point, that point, Houston had left his job on the popular X-Men show, which was earning by ratings and considered one of the best comic book animated series of all time. He moved over to Fox Kids' Fantastic Four, the very property that Stan Lee and Jack Kirby had used to introduce Black Panther in the comics. The promise of doing the first animated Black Panther was one of the reasons I left directing the last year of X-Men series, says Houston, who pushed to adapt Fantastic Four issues 52 and 53 and eventually directing an episode based on them personally drawing iconic Kirby panels into the storyboard. Houston enlisted veterans actors Keith David, and as you can see Keith David there, he got Keith David to voice T'Challa. To voice the hero for the 1996 episode Prey on the Black Panther. I just wanted to bring the most authentic. I just wanted to bring the most authenticity to it as I possibly could, and the most excitement about it, because I wanted it to flourish and to continue, says David. Obviously, this is what every person that has played T'Challa, if you go and you listen to them talk about it, they've said the same thing. They want it to continue. They because most of these people, these brothers, they understand what the character means, who had been aware of the character since the late 60s thanks to comic book collecting best friends. So yeah, I mean, the last thing for those of you that just need a little bit more, the episode saw Black Panther instigate a fight with the Fantastic Four to prove to himself that he had that he'd be able to take down the villainous Ulysses Klaue, the man responsible for his father's death. One more time, the episode saw Black Panther instigate a fight with the Fantastic Four to prove to himself that he'd be able to take down the villainous Ulysses Klaue, the man responsible for his father's death. The man responsible for his father's death.
It all began 10 years ago. He called. Father! They have slain T'Chaka.
They have slain T'Chaka.
His death.
I don't know where any of this shit is coming from. I don't know why people are continuing to be fucking misinformed. And the last thing I do want to talk about on this is because people were saying, well, I've seen this too. People were saying that that's not the same Fantastic Four. Okay, so that's not the same Fantastic Four. So again, Larry Houston, who has talked about this stuff before, he has been on Twitter recently having these discussions, and he thought it was cool to see how do you get to your damn bookmarks on here? I only do this typically on my phone. Is it more? Bookmarks. Anyway, he's been talking on Twitter, having conversations, because it's cool to see X-Men 97 back on, something that, a lot of them thought was never going to happen. If you watched on Disney Plus today, they dropped the X-Men 97, assembled episode. I watched it this morning. Larry Houston had some cool things to say just about the past and whatever. But some of the things that he's been talking about, he put in this tweet here, and actually let me go here to where everybody can see that. Sorry, I didn't put the audio thing on there. Well, Henry didn't put it on there because he made that scene. But the last thing I'll say here on the whole Spider-Man thing is, if you didn't hear what I said there, why would it make sense for Morph to not turn in? Because people were saying, oh, it's a different Mr. Fantastic, different Fantastic Four. They had on different suits and things like that. And I don't know why again we're having amnesia or acting as if, they can't have new or different suits. We literally just watched X-Men 97 where the whole season had gotten new suits, or as if these characters only wear one. This is what I'm saying. It's the mental gymnastics. It's crazy. Spider-Man, knowing that if this is all the same continuity, when Spider-Man met, we know that was the same Spider-Man from the Spider-Man 90s series because they confirmed it. We saw him with MJ. We saw Daredevil. We've seen Daredevil with the Fantastic Four. We saw Doctor Strange. In order for him to be fucking Doctor Strange, the events would have to have already happened. He would have already had the wreck. Everything would have had to happen to him with the surgery and everything, losing his hands, going to meet and become Doctor Strange, everything like that. All that shit would have had to happen. That's in T'Challa's timeline. That's T'Challa's peers. Those aren't T'Chaka's peers. Everything that you saw. So just stop. Just the mental gymnastics. It's got to stop. And you can go. I want you to. I don't have anything to say on this. I'll let you say something on this before I do. This is the video that everybody was tagging us in, asking, did we see the Phase Zero video that was done with the director Jake? Last name escapes me. So we'll look at, and I don't blame this man at all, but we'll go in on this, and like I said, I'll let Q go on that first. But this is what he was saying.
The Black Panther of it all are definitely closed doors conversations that I wasn't privy to. That was definitely in Bo and the executives' realm. But for us, there's multiple timelines, right? There's always
absolutely
there's always a one-off. This is exactly how I like it, except for that one thing. Okay, cool, but it's still the thing. So who's to say what timeline is the right timeline, proper timeline? I mean, y'all aren't even ready for how we're gonna you up in season 2.
Oh no.
We tease it at the end of 10. It's like, we're gonna have to elaborate on that.
Yeah, it's like, can't just leave that there.
Yeah. So and for at least for myself and what we this is set in the 90s. If T'Challa is the natural successor and is more of our era now, he would have still been a kid at that time. And while it is sort of retconny, based on what 90s episode series you watch, right? Whether it was Fantastic Four, I believe it was Fantastic Four that even had T'Challa.
Yeah, it's true.
And that was before, and this nerd. I remember if T'Chaka was assassinated or if there was a back in time thing, but I remember they did T'Challa. But that's the best thing about our sandbox and multiple universes and things. For us, it just felt right. I don't know what the mandates, and I can't speak to whatever the closed door conversations were, but as a storyteller, I'm like, oh, this is not the aughts. This is mid to late 90s. I like the idea that we're seeing the legacy characters, just for myself as a creative, it's reminding the audiences, oh, this is an earlier time. It's just one of those other things that we could just help remind the audiences, we're not now, we are then. Why did they do this? Because we didn't know about that then, or we couldn't do that then. And so it's the constant, just to kind of check that timeline math, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
To visually remind the audience, we are in the 90s. The Black Panther of it all are definitely closed doors conversations.
That's why I couldn't be in an interview. Because when that nigga would have said, if that makes sense, no. I would have been like, it doesn't. To be completely honest with you. And that's one of the things I wanted to talk about, because that's another argument niggas are using is legacy characters. Like, T'Chaka isn't the only older character they use. They used Hank Pym or, older-ass variants or some shit. And so, that fucking legacy character argument is stupid. I mean, they only pulled T'Chaka. They didn't go back and pull out any older characters or original first Avengers or anything like that from his time, like we saw in What If, where he went back and actually that was a time thing with him. And so, second thing, he doesn't know.
No.
He already said, I don't know what that is, this continuity. He doesn't know. He didn't even talk about the X-Men because he literally said, I believe it was Fantastic Four. So He doesn't even know about all the Larry Hughes X-Men shit, I would believe. And so, 3. I don't know. I hate when you're supposed to really know a lot, but then you give me the appearance like that you don't know anything, especially of what you're talking about, and something that, you know, there's always a team, but there's always that one nigga who does nothing on the team. I sadly fear that might have been him, because what I just got from him spitting out was a whole bunch of, like, I don't know, nigga was just throwing ingredients in a bowl and not even cooking anything. Just here, there, everywhere. Like, fucking, I felt like I was watching Oprah. Just spitting out a bunch of random shit, but I don't know. I honestly need to rewatch because there's so much shit he said that I wanted you to just pause and I'd talk about. So, I mean, it's not even that deep to say, but
yeah,
when you got people like that, I was about to say this is where the misinformation comes from. When you have people in the writing rooms who, I read comments and everything, who someone said, if Bo DeMayo didn't talk, why would you? I mean, yeah, no, it's that simple. I mean, because now you're in the writing room, supposed to be one of the people giving the audience information, and now you spit out all this shit in the sense of, now you're giving everyone hope. Oh, no, it's not T'Challa. We have a reason to argue. Like, this is where the misinformation comes from and shit. And so, I don't know. I definitely think it's sad to see, just in terms of, I mean, how long it take you to pull all these articles together. I mean, it might have took long, but I mean, the research you can do.
Oh, it doesn't.
Like, I was going to say, not long for me because Google is free. AI is there. You can literally type anything in. You'll get anything, any type of research.
And I'm gonna let you go. On that research thing, how easy it is. As you know, I do Ancestry. When I can't find, like, it's easier to not to sound. It's easier when they're dead to find information on someone. So when someone is alive and I'm trying to find information to build a tree, it is not hard. I can find out anything. So if I can find out deep personal information about people, Googling, yeah,
it's free.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. It's crazy because, like you said, we're getting, from the terms of argument, where is the misinformation coming from? But we're getting all types of arguments, and it's like we listen to them. Listen, give you the actual evidence to handle your argument, all this, but then whenever we give you the evidence and try to actually, not even like it's a forced thing. I personally don't care if the nigga at the gas station wants to recast T'Challa or not. But it's like, I do care about niggas online thinking that the character should just die. Because they're not feeling that way about any other character.
Right.
There's people screaming, can't wait to see Iron Man back. Like, no nigga wants to just see Iron Man dead with Robert Downey for the rest of the time. And so, I don't know. I think, I mean, we kind of sound like a broken record, but it sucks that we have to. But, I mean, it's a lot of arrogance, a lot of ignorance, a lot of
it is. It
not
just doesn't
doing
make
research,
sense.
a lot of, I don't know. It's a lot of, I don't even think it's, I hate to say this because I know you hate it, but I don't even think it's that deep to me, because just recap, like, what is the, like you said, what's the, like, big deal, honestly? Why is it so deep to just throw the nigga back on screen? I would understand if it was like, okay, can y'all please, we're asking y'all to make a Chadwick Boseman documentary and talk about bro's life. Like, nobody's asking that. Like, we are asking you to continue the story of a separate character that has nothing to do with Boseman. If Coogler can't do it, find someone else who wants to and can, because there's black actors who want to play that role. There's black audiences, there's audiences that want to see that character, not fucking animation Eyes of Wakanda through War Dogs. Sure, it'll be cool to see, but no nigga wants to watch fucking no one wants to watch some shit about, I don't know, bro. Right. We sound like a broken record. We say this shit all the time.
I mean, I feel the same way with him. I mean, again, I don't blame him.
Daredevil, Cloak and Dagger on that screen. I don't think them niggas have anything to, any connections to T'Chaka or anything in terms of life, being alive or anything. But
no, not in that. like I said, I don't blame Jake. He is. I think his biggest thing was, and I think, I don't know if they have training for this. I don't know what all the brothers worked on, how many interviews he's been in or things like that. But, one of the biggest things is setting up, knowing the questions that are being asked of you before you come on an interview. I believe that's your PR team's job to handle that. Knowing what questions are, going to be asked of you. And to me, if he didn't have a list of questions that he knew he was going to be asked, if you weren't confident in your answer, because he was stumbling all over the place with that was all over the place, the answer he gave.
Yeah,
I felt he was just arguing, or not arguing, but just talking for the sake of talking. Just talking for the sake of, if you didn't know, just say, I don't know. You could have left it at, I wasn't privy to those conversations. Bo's the head, showrunner. He was in those clothes. Leave it at that. But you went on to say that it's not the same. T'Challa would be this age, which then makes me question your knowledge as, it takes me honestly back to Bo being gone in season 3. If you are telling me that T'Chaka's the same age as Peter Parker, I don't want you anywhere involved with the storytelling that's going on with X-Men. Because you clearly have no knowledge of just the comics in general.
And why is he the only actor, or not actor, character that's like, oh, he would have been a kid at this time?
Yeah.
Like, we haven't seen a grown T'Challa in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2020s. Like these characters are real life aging and shit.
So it's like, and just looking at this, too, like I said, I didn't play the clip, but this is from the Secret Wars episode. These are all these same characters that have all interacted with one another in their respective shows or whatever. And all of these characters, Fantastic Four, the X-Men, have interacted with T'Challa in this universe. Like it just is what it is. I mean, I don't know the mental gymnastics behind it that are being performed, but it is
and then that's the
ludicrous.
last thing I wanted to say, not to cut you off because I just remembered it, but he said shit about timeline or universes, multiverses, and shit like that too. And next season, wait till we do with next season. He definitely doesn't know what he's talking about because
that had nothing to even do with what they were talking about.
And that's what I'm saying. Just because niggas are going back and even if it did, still wrong. Because just because niggas are going back in time, I don't think that has anything to do with a whole nother universe. And so, if we're talking about in terms of those animated stuff, going back in time for T'Chaka this and that or what, still the same universe. The nigga would have been dead. And so, by the means of what y'all did in 97, just resurrecting a dead nigga, go ahead and run that back. Go ahead and bring T'Challa out the ground. Gonna resurrect a dead nigga like you just did. Spin the block. Cool on that decision.
Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. Like I said,
so much wrong. Because, I sit at home bored for 10 minutes and I'm like, let me do a little bit of research because our video blowing up. Like, let me see what I can find interesting to try and prove niggas wrong. Even though I'm not on Twitter arguing at all. But it's like,
yeah, no, it's
if I can do that
insane.
in 10 minutes, I know there's niggas on Twitter who sit on Twitter all day, unemployed, maybe have a job, and still sit on Twitter all day and just argue. And it's one thing to argue and be right. Shit, if I'm right, I'll probably argue with you all day. I love being right. But you will not catch me arguing with a nigga if I'm wrong.
What did Gamora say to Thanos? The universe tested you or something and you were wrong. Yeah, you were wrong. You were wrong. All of you were wrong. That's wrong. So yeah, no, it just I don't get it. But to be honest with you, when it comes to that conversation, unless somebody else from the Marvel themselves, and I do want to say this on the last part too. I've already said this before, and I got told, I was wrong. This is obviously coming from the higher ups. Bo, this is not a Bo decision, as I said when Bo said what he said on Twitter last week about it. And this is not a Jake decision. This is a Marvel decision, and either it does collaborate with some of the things that I put in the video from 4 to 5 days ago with what the source was telling me. I've gotten some things sent to me talking about, the X-Men just finding their new writer and everything like that for their film, and them trying to get the X-Men out here. Could that, line up? There was another report that came out. Let's see exactly who that was from here really quick. this here had come out. Let me see. This one here. This is coming from the Marvel Studios. I don't always trust them, but they were just honestly retweeting something that this is coming from the Scoops Russ, where they said, here's a list of some actors who have recently been in talks or wanted by Marvel, and Damson Idris is at the top. So does it line up with some of the things I've said? I don't know. We'll have to wait to see, when more of this comes out. If, as I've said too, if and when it does come out who the female actress is, I will be retweeting it and just be like, that's who I was told is going to be who they want to storm. So it's kind of all, we'll see if it's lining up, don't know. But as far as this conversation with the 90s stuff goes, unless Marvel comes out and says something, someone not involved with the 97 series, they obviously don't know, and Bo cannot talk about it. So unless it's someone else from Marvel, I have said what I need to say on this subject here with the 90s continuity thing. I'm not going to continue to argue.
I just said, I love being right.
Yeah, I'm not going to continue because I'm done with it. It is what it is. If you can't see that, then again, I don't know. I really don't know. It's really crazy. I'm trying to wrap
it's a horse problem.
It is.
Take a horse to the water, but
bro, I'm telling you, you cannot make that motherfucker drink. You cannot. This is what did Cat Williams say? You can lead a hoe, but you can't make a thing. Okay, so I'm telling you. Yeah, so y'all got to do that thinking on your own, but. We'll jump in the comments here, see what people are saying. That was obviously the last topic of the evening.
Andre said, hit the likes. Definitely no. Appreciate all the new people being here.
Yes, definitely appreciate it.
Hit the likes, sub. Dan said, T'Challa is the king of the dead, and he's died 3 times in the MCU, but honestly, I'll take Damson Idris from another universe and just reset with him after Secret Wars.
Yeah, we get him, sure.
William Moloch said Damson Idris is going to play Mr. Sinister.
Oh, you.
Stinky.
Yeah, it's stinky.
Gray said Bo might have gotten fired because of this. He would know that this would be a problem. He might have protested the mandate.
He might have. I mean, nah, I'm not. I'm not. He might have.
Ray said they could say sure he didn't see T'Challa in the ancestral plane because he's not dead.
Yeah. I just need Marvel to say that.
Dan said anything more on that Damson Idris rumor. That's been the light in the darkness with recast T'Challa this week.
Outside of what I just showed, the Scooper Russ saying that he's heard things about Damson Idris, I have not heard anything else right now. Not yet, but we're kind of waiting. I think some more will come out once this more X-Men stuff comes out. Because once they start, I'm telling you, Janelle Monáe is not there. She might be on their list, but the actress that I was told, to me, I would have never even looked at like that. But after being told and then looking at pictures of her, because I was going to put her in the video until I was told no. I was like, oh shit, okay. No, she fits. She's not my first choice or anything like that, just like Damson's not my first choice, but she fits a storm.
Chill said if Jake was on Twitter arguing, he would have learned not to say that.
No, but see, that's what I was going to say too about it when I was talking about it earlier. Jake, he for him to say about the T'Challa of it all, he has seen the conversations on Twitter, just like Bo has seen these they all have Twitters. They're seeing these conversations, so he knew. Trending. Yeah, he knew. Like, why even jump in I don't even know why even jump in there and jump in with that didn't make good dumb sense story. Like, I don't understand that one.
Bird said the mandate comment is extremely concerning.
Yeah.
Xavier said, right, there was such an easy out than all of that rambling he did.
Talk just to talk.
Robert said, these Hollywood writers are putting terrible products and gaslight the fans when called out on their bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, and then niggas act like we're the ones in the wrong too for one something simple.
I'm just ready for this right here. Ready for House of Dragon.
That, the boys.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Yeah, like you said, summer shows. And then he said anti-recast is about to talk about legacy characters until the end of time. You know, legacy and mantle and that bullshit.
Yeah.
Dan said someone in the Discord had a young 20s actress for Storm. She seems like she can play opposite Damson.
I don't know how old she is. I don't remember.
Hungry said the fact that they're even making a solo Black Panther game where T'Challa is dead and you have to make up your own character is absolutely baffling.
Yeah, if that is truly the synopsis of what this game is going to be, it is baffling. I won't be playing it. Like I said, when it comes to video games for me anyway, I'm more of your like God of War, like the I get a thrill out of pressing circle over and over, slamming Apollo's head into the door and watching his eyes bleed and pop. Like that shit is dope as fuck. Like when you pull the eye out of the Cyclops, when you jump on his shoulder and you're pulling, like that shit. Those are my type of games. Like I'm not like those are the games that you'll find me playing in the dark with the blanket over my head. So I'm not really into like the games like that. But if they came out with a Black Panther game where obviously you're playing as T'Challa and it's dope, I would play it. I'd play it.
I'm scrolling up, so if you see any new ones. I know I'm only reading a couple more because niggas get up for work at 6 a.m. now.
Yeah, I was about to just kind of go through...
the Twitter feed?
Bert said that's wild behavior.
Yeah, no, that's like dead-ass, like, psychotic almost.
Games are fun, bro.
Like, if this nigga was a 7-year-old saying that, I might look at, like, putting him down. Walk in and nigga just loves fucking ripping eyes out of shit. And
that shit is fun.
Slamming heads on the floor.
I'm telling you, that game, bro. That game. Something else.
Are you good? Are you good?
I am so ready for this though. House of the Dragon. They asked Matt Smith who he's. That's crazy.
I'm telling like every show you watch and shit. I'm like, damn.
Wait, but you've seen Game of Thrones. Oh.
Neither. Or Stranger Things or
maybe
Invincible season 2.
Maybe we should do like a damn, that's such a long journey. I was gonna say maybe we should do like,
and it's not like I don't want to. It's like, man, when I'm at home, I don't know. I don't even think I'd be wanting to get into anything. Like I don't want to start a new show. Like
Stranger Things,
I'm not gonna
you will
lie.
binge the shit out of that. I'm telling you.
I've been rewatching The Blacklist since I started it. Like I've probably watched that shit like 8 times.
That's me with How to Get Away with Murder.
And I don't know why. I just get home, turn it on, chill, get on my phone, then I look up and I'm like, oh yeah.
Bro, I can do.
I do the same thing. How to Get and Breaking Bad. How to Get Away with Murder, Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul.
I can do
Peak
Viola
TV.
Davis's courts scene monologues word for word, like word for word. Where she's going against Senator Trucco. Oh
like,
yeah.
Niggas start naming criminals, and I'm like, yeah, no. I'm like, all right, shit. I'll stop this nigga for y'all. William said, y'all watch American Gods? Never heard of it.
I don't know what that one is. Raymond said you couldn't get into Game of Thrones. What?
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Raymond. I just ain't got into either of those.
Game of Thrones is just a long journey. I mean, I think there's each episode is an hour.
Man.
There's 8 seasons. There's 10 episodes.
I mean, it's something to do.
Yeah, but it's good, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I say this with everybody. My jaw I don't think has ever dropped the way it dropped in a TV show with that Red Wedding. I was like, what the fuck did I just watch? Yeah, so that's some crazy shit. Game of Thrones is and that's just one. There's a lot of jaw-dropping moments in Game of Thrones. Like I think the first episode for me, because I didn't know what Game of Thrones really was. I watched House of Dragon simply because I like Matt Smith as an actor. So I was like, let me check out, see what this is. You know, House of Dragon. I know it's a spinoff of or prequel of Game of Thrones, but that first episode of Game of Thrones, my jaw dropped. And if you guys have seen Game of Thrones, you know what I'm talking about at the end. I was like, the fuck? I was like, what the fuck is... Yeah, no, it's a great show. Great show.
Shit. I can't even promise you I'll get into it because I've said that about so much shit and they even touched back Invincible season 2.
No, you can skip that one. But this, yeah, I'm ready for that.
Grace said watch the first 2 episodes.
Of what?
Talking to me, Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. That first episode, after that first episode, you're going to want to watch the second. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? Some crazy shit. Some crazy shit. He said that he's only loyal to his dragon. That's what Matt Damon said. That Matt Smith said Damon is only loyal to his dragon, Craxes. Lots of dragons are gonna die. We're getting to the final dance. We won't get to the final dance till like 2034, but we're close. We're close, and a lot of dragons are going to die. So that shit, I'm ready for that. But yeah, that's really. I don't believe this either. I don't believe that and if they are doing this, what a digression from, trying to do things that. Now, here's the thing. I say digression. I'm not personally watching this. This would probably be one of Marvel Disney Plus's most viewed shows simply because of her following. People would just come watch it just because it's Taylor Swift, and if she's singing in it, fuck no, because then they're gonna come in on Twitter and be like, well, actually,
yeah, that's what I'm about to say, bro. It's about to get bitter as hell. It's already bitter as hell.
no, keep them. I hate them in this conversation in the better than Michael conversation, but I'd rather argue with y'all there than y'all try to come and argue with me with some Marvel shit. So no,
I'd rather argue neither.
Really neither. Really neither. But
two things I love. I'm not trying to argue with Taylor Swift fans about.
I really just, like I said, when it comes to that Michael Jackson conversation,
I don't even entertain that one.
I really don't either. I really don't either, because that's some crazy. That is a outlandish accusation. That is crazy. That's insane. Yeah. So I don't really believe that. I don't believe that's happening. And this is some of the stuff. That's all stuff we talked about. But I don't believe that they're doing it. And if they are, again, just crazy. She's not a good actress. And I can already hear the Taylor Swift fans too. Well, Taylor Swift did something that Michael Jackson didn't. She was in a Marvel film. Bitch, Michael was gonna buy that shit.
Yeah,
Michael was gonna buy Marvel. Michael wanted to be Spider-Man. That shit was about to happen too. He was gonna be Spider-Man in the movie. So yeah, no, get off Mike. But that's really about it. I don't know if this is still happening in the Deadpool 3 or whatever, but this was that whole, remember Magneto was supposed to show up. This is coming from Alex over the Cosmic Circus. He says Magneto's dark nature against those who threaten or hurt the ones he's close to with is said to be heavily explored in Deadpool 3. Previous rumors have indicated, which we've talked about, that this version of Magneto will be inspired by the Ultimatums comic run. So, anyway, that is the news. There is nothing really else to go off of.
Nothing too brazy.
Tomorrow I am live with Chill and Marcus. We will be going. You know what? I'm sorry. I do have to have this conversation again tomorrow with Chill and Marcus. Obviously, definitely want to get their thoughts and
doing this dance.
Yeah. Well, Chill has a video up right now that he put up yesterday about it, so you guys can go check out his channel on the video he put up. He actually did pause it and say things after Jake was done talking or whatever, so you can go check that out. I don't think Marcus has done a video on it, so his thoughts, I'm sure, will be explored and shared tomorrow. And I don't know, I'll probably say, what can I say that hasn't been said, I'm sure. So but we'll have other topics outside that, but it'll be here on this channel that will be live tomorrow. So please come back and hang out with me, Chill, and Marcus. If you're not subscribed to their channels, go check out their channels, Chillmonger and Back of the Bus with Marcus. So thank you guys for all being here tonight. Definitely.
And I think we hit 2.25.
Did we?
Thank y'all.
Yeah. Thank you for that too. I want to say that to the last thing. Thank you for the subscribers.
All the new people.
All the new subscribers. Thank you guys for all the views on that newest video. That video is at 15,000 right now. So thank you for those views. and we'll see if any of those rumors take root. And if they do, hey, I'm telling scoopers now.
Just keep running it up.
If they do, I want to see my name in a tweet via Planet Fanatics, because that shit is coming straight from us. So, but yeah, anyway, appreciate it. Appreciate
summer.
all you guys. Man, yeah, big summer, big shit coming up. So
stay tuned. Definitely got hella shit coming up. Obviously, always gonna have the news, and then Deadpool, The Boys. Shit, you'll have Game of Thrones. Maybe I'll catch up.
Yeah, House of Dragon. We'll have House of Dragon, The Boys. I mean,
we're here all summer.
I'll tell you what I think of Acolyte. I'll watch the first episode. I'm not reacting to it. If Acolyte gets good, I'll react to him. If it's not good, I'm not, because I don't really want to watch it sitting in this chair. I'd rather watch it in my bed where I can be upset comfortably.
Yeah, that's what I was like with 97 too. I had to go home and rewatch them all on my couch, big ass TV.
Yeah,
this little ass.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing when I get home.
So but anyway, appreciate everybody being here. All the new subscribers, everybody.
Have a good night.
If you are new, hit that subscription button. If you like what you saw tonight, please share with some friends, like this video, and of course, we will see all of you guys in the next video. Peace out, like, subscribe. See you guys later.
Have you seen or heard the Black Panther 3 franchise rumors for the MCU coming from Planet Fanatics? I'm not familiar with those rumors or that account. What is that account? Planet Fanatics? I've never heard of them. You should pull it up. Pretty interesting. Talking about casting, director, and Storm. A lot of that stuff I have heard as well. Rumored. What is this? Planet Fanatics. I'll look it up.